I can honestly say, hand on my heart, if I didn't work for Beatsource, I would pay for Beatsource and Beatport Link both every month. Well, just sign me up straight away. I'd be there because it has transformed the way that I DJ. I mean, one of my things with Twitch, above everything else, when I play live in real life, I play for older crowds now. I'm playing a lot of classics, old school, vibes a lot of the time. But when I'm on Twitch, it's all about new music. All about new music. I'm all about brand new tunes. I try not to repeat myself on streams at all if I can help it.
Wow.
Like if you hear me 1 week to the next, you won't hear two of the same record twice. No way.
Right.
It like my progress show is all brand new releases. Everything that I play on that show has been released in the past 7 days.
Oh, wow,
I started off doing that show pre-Beatport Link, and that was costing me like $40-50 a show just to get the tunes for each show because it was all brand new. Now I get it all on Beatport Link, Beatsource Link for the there's so much, like, you have to dig for it, but there's so much like soulful house and funky house, quantized recordings and stuff on there. It's wonderful. And for my real life gigs, that's where Beatsource really comes in, because we've got there's certain genres that I didn't really know that much about, like yacht rock, for example. Yacht rock was never really a term here in the UK. Like, we had a lot of the records, but it was never like a collective term. Yacht rock just wasn't so much a thing. So I'm going in the yacht rock playlist, and I'm playing that at my food spot gigs and living the dream with that stuff, because it's like, oh, I know these records, but they're recontextualizing this yacht rock thing all of a sudden. Yeah. And so for me, as someone who loves so much music, to have access to all of the music is life-changing to me. And the offline locker, I mean, that is still essential. A lot of the gigs that I play don't have good Wi-Fi. There's a couple that do, and I'm just like logged in and we're all good. There's a couple where I don't have Wi-Fi at all, so 1,000 tracks offline, that's enough for me for any gig that I do. 1,000 tracks, and that, like you say, it's in conjunction with your existing collection, because all of us as DJs, whatever level you're at, you've got your secret weapons. We all got our little secret weapons in there.
Of course.
We've got some random like Seraphim remix from 2010 that we still keep in the back pocket ready to drop. Or, I've got like a DJ from when Crooklyn Clan was a thing back in the day. We've all got a few things from the Bloghouse times, that sneaky like free download that you got off SoundCloud and it disappeared straight after. We've all got all these tracks in our library and these secret weapons. Especially when you get to be an older kind of DJ, you've got those in there. And I'm never going to give those up. They're still there. You just play them alongside the other stuff, whether it's brand new releases or whether it's stuff that you're discovering for the first time. And I'll be honest, I put my hands up. I was late to Spotify. Like, I was one of those DJs. I was like, I've got my collection. I got my MP3s that I've transferred with using iTunes to my phone. I don't need this Spotify nonsense. I don't need this. And then it took me a couple of years, and I was like, oh, I can have all the music. And it's just like
too good to be true.
It takes a minute. A minute to get your head around it. It really does. And like, once you get your head around it,
you're right.
It blows me away. Like, I love having access because to be honest, like I'm so blessed now. Like, for many years, I couldn't get any promo mailing list stuff. Vinyl, CDs, or even MP3s for a long time. I'm pretty blessed now. I get sent a lot of stuff. I probably get like 40 or 50 promos a week these days. And a lot of it is because it's housey stuff, which is generally quite promoted quite heavily to DJs and stuff.
Yes.
So I'm blessed to get that, and I love it. I find myself barely logging into like InFlight and Fat Drop and stuff to get these promos, because
I know, same.
I just get it off Beatport or Beatsource Link. It's just like, I can't, it's easier to go on there and get it than it is to go on and download through the thing, and it goes in your Dropbox and you have to tag it and all this. Like, half the time now I just don't bother. I'll just like wait till it comes out and get it on Link instead. And it's like,
or just having those curated, like, I don't do that many weddings, or if I have to do specific things, like, Nick Spinelli just put together all those wedding playlists, or there's different people, D. James, that are experts in their field that you can trust. And
this is my thing now, is I'm not like a mainstream bottle service kind of DJ anymore. I did that, quite a bit of that, and I was very, I've always been an open format mainstream kind of guy. But now I don't do that kind of spot. I'm playing food spots, chilled out vibes, older crowds. But sometimes if I'm on my travels or if I'm covering for a friend or something, I need to go and do a bottle service bougie kind of spot. I have not got a clue what to play anymore. I don't know what's popping. I don't know about your Cardi B's and your whatevers. I don't know about any of that, man. I've not got a clue. But I know I can log on to Beatsource and hit up the playlist and get that in my library and offline locker, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Afrobeats is so big in the UK. It's the biggest sound right now. I know nothing about Afrobeats. I'm not going to pretend like I know about Afrobeats, but D. James knows about Afrobeats. So I'm good because I've got his playlist in my Serato. I'm good. You know what I mean? And it's like it's liberating. It's just, you have to switch your mind into that mindset of, I have access to all of this stuff. And that's where, once it switches, it switches in you and you can't go back. I couldn't go back to not having it. Like, I'm proud of my collection. I have a great collection of music. I'm very happy with what I've accumulated over the years, all my files, 45s and stuff. I've got a great 45 collection.
Of course.
Still play 45 sets a fair amount when I play out, which is great. But there's no way I would go back to this pre-Link life where I didn't have access to this stuff anymore. It would be bizarre to me now at this point. And I just think, a lot of DJs are going to take a long time to get their head around it. DJs took a long time to get around CDJs and then getting around the laptop thing and Serato. DJs are reticent to move with the times with this technology, and I think it's the younger generation who are going to come through and actually, because they've grown, like my kids have grown up knowing nothing but Spotify. That's all they know. Like, they see all these weird like black discs around in the house, like Daddy's vinyl collection. They don't want to play with that. They log on in the iPad and they're listening on Spotify because that's what they know. True. So the next generation, they don't care. They're going to be straight on streaming all the time.